Fourth time I'm trying this. Trying to do a video after dark with a lighting system that's not really made for what I've got set up here. Was gonna do this video 2-3 hours ago, but family was here and we were having a blast, so I am gonna try and do it now, and we'll see how it turns out. See if we can get this a little brighter. And then I'll check it out when I'm done. If it works, it works. Tack för sist. Välkommen tillbaka. Thank you to all of those who are watching, sharing, commenting. Oh, there it is. There we go. Woo, that's too bright. Let's try this a little lower. Sorry, guys. All right, I think maybe we got it now. I'm gonna do a lighter video today. Yesterday's was kind of heavy, but something that needed to be said and talked about. That was the interview with my son. Seems to be catching people's interest and getting a lot of comments on it, and I appreciate it. If you subscribe or comment, I dig all of it. Thank you so much. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I am in my backyard. It is quite muggy, so I've got my misters on right now. Hopefully that doesn't affect the setup. So what I thought I would talk about today is my YouTube journey and towards monetization and getting monetized, which did not go the way I thought it would go. So I started this YouTube channel just over 4 years ago. It started as basically a channel about Norway because I'm originally from Norway. I love Norway. We're heading back there very soon for a trip with the family. So excited. And I decided pretty quickly after maybe a dozen videos that I wanted to be able to do more than just that. I mean, I love Norway. I love talking about it, but I wanted to expand. I wanted to share whatever interests, whether it's a story from my youth or from my Mormon mission or whatever, I wanted to be able to talk about it. So I kind of stopped doing it altogether for 2.5, almost 3 years. I really didn't do much. I did a video here and there, and I paid for promotion in the beginning, which for me didn't work. I got subscribers, but they weren't people that watched. So I've gone organic. And I'm having a lot more fun with it. I'm just letting it grow naturally. I think we hit 4,100 a few days ago, which is awesome. That's incredible. So thank you so much if you're one of those. Even if you're not, thanks for watching. But so I did these videos for several months, and they all got between 200 and 1,000 views pretty consistently, but it just felt like I was kind of spinning my wheels. It didn't feel like I was really doing anything, so I kind of lost interest. I did a video here and there over the next 2.5 years, but they were very sporadic. They never were consistent. And then about what is it, maybe 3-4 months ago, I decided I'm going to give this thing a serious try. I'm going to do it and see what happens. And I've been doing it consistently now for, I think, about 4 months. I've tried to put out a video every day. That's not easy to do, by the way. It's not easy to just come up with something to talk about that you think might interest some people. Obviously, everything I talk about is not going to interest everybody. But when I talk about something, I'm hoping it catches a group of people, whether it's Norwegians or ex-Mormons or current Mormons or people from the 70s, whatever it is, I want it to come across as entertaining, possibly knowledgeable, although I don't claim to be some great teacher or anything like that. I'm just here sharing my stories. So my YouTube story, like I said, I fumbled along for a while until I decided to take it serious. And I started doing pretty much a video every day. And I had a video that was only a few in, maybe my 6th or 7th video after I decided to get serious about it, that took off for me. It hit 40,000 views. if you're not familiar, and don't quote me on these stats because I'm not perfectly sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm accurate on this. To get monetized on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 watch hours, 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. I think that's right. With shorts, it's a completely different thing. I think you have to have 10 million views. It's crazy. You're way more likely to hit monetization with regular videos and being consistent with it. And so that video got 40,000 plus views. And what I thought was going to be, I was 2 weeks into the process at this point. And just for reference, I probably had, 80 or 90 watch hours in the last 365 days up to that point, maybe 100 hours. And you need 4,000. That video just took off. And I was monetized. I keep wanting to say monetized in, I think, less than a week and a half after that, maybe a week. Now, that particular video didn't get paid much for it because it was the thing that got me to the monetization. Excuse me. So that didn't really count. I think it paid like $1.78. And it's not like I'm making a lot of money doing this. I'm not. But it's fun seeing your videos, and you can go look at your analytics and your stats, and you can see, oh, that video made $1.17. That one made $2.73. And I had one just a couple of weeks ago that I think got about 6,800 views, and it shocked me. It was like $37 or something like that. And I was like, that's crazy. So it's definitely doable, but the main key is consistency, which I was not doing for 3.5 years. And when I started to take it seriously and try to do something with this and consistently put content out there, that's when it started growing. Now, it's not like I have videos blowing up doing 50,000 views every day. I don't. Most of my videos range between a few hundred views and a few thousand views. Every once in a while, one pops a little bit, but I still haven't had one do what that one did. But I just keep putting it out there. I've decided I'm not looking at this as a money-making thing. I'm really not. I'm doing this because I'm having fun. And I like interacting with y'all. I like reading your comments. Even when you disagree with me, I don't have any problem with that. I say it all the time. I'm secure enough in my beliefs, my morals, my ethics, my values, that I don't mind being challenged. Every once in a while, somebody can change my mind about something. It's rare. I'm a stubborn Norwegian. But every once in a while. So I don't mind a respectful debate back and forth. I will do that with anybody all day. I try to stay away from the politics. Obviously, I've gotten into religion way more than I had planned on. It's just the way the channel went. I've kind of let the channel lead me as much as I'm leading the channel, because I know I have several people ask me, you say you left the Mormon church, why do you keep doing Mormon videos? You know what? Those are the ones that are the most popular by far. It's not even close. Of my top 10 videos, probably 8 of them are that. And so I have fun talking about it. I don't want it to be a one-trick pony. I don't want to just talk about one thing. And so I made it clear in my head early, money is not what I'm doing this for. That's if it grows into something, fantastic. That's fun. I'll enjoy it. I have a blast doing it anyway. But the fact that, in my head, when I got back into this, I thought maybe in 6 months to a year, I can get monetized. Good Lord, that word. And then it happened in less than 2 weeks. That blew my socks off. I really thought this would be a many-month process. But the fact is, if you just keep putting videos out there and something catches the algorithm's attention because people are curious about it, it can take off really fast. And I follow other people that were stuck at, a few hundred subscribers, maybe 1,000 subscribers forever and ever, and, add one here and there, which is kind of where I am. I go through little bursts. I go through bursts where, it's maybe 1 a day or 2 a day. And sometimes I put a video out that gets people's attention and it's 7 or 8 or 10 in a day. And I've had, when that one video out, it was way more than that. It was crazy how fast it grew. And you never know what's going to get people's attention. One thing that if I could give advice from somebody who's still pretty new to this, even though I've been doing it 4 years, I've only been taking it seriously for 4 months. If I can give you advice, and when I fixed a bunch of these things, my son in Vegas, who follows my accounts, called me and he said, wow, what a difference. And that's your thumbnails. Here's what I was doing wrong. For those of you that are starting and you're like, these are some real basic, simple mistakes that you can avoid making. Thumbnails. So I was basically just letting the YouTube channel pick a thumbnail for me from my video. You have a choice of like 3 that they give you, and you can pick one. I wasn't even doing that. I was just taking whatever one they gave me. And then I started, sorry, I got a reminder here. Then I started, shoot. Oh, yes. So I was picking the one that the YouTube gave me. I decided to just put a title down at the bottom, you know, in the title space. And my son also told me about this. He's like, when you make your titles too long, people can't actually see what you're talking about if they're just looking at your thumbnail. So the last 2 days, yesterday and today, I spent both of the whole day going through a bunch of my videos and fixing the thumbnails. And here's a little hack that I did not know about. So I watched a whole bunch of YouTube videos, how to make thumbnails, how to edit them. I was editing them myself in Canva, and I can do that. I'm pretty good with Canva because of my Etsy shop, and I design t-shirts. So I was doing my own, but I was comparing them to other people's channels, and I was like, they're just not up to snuff. So I was going through my YouTube studio, and I was scrolling down to where it shows you the 3 options for your thumbnail with no text, no graphics, no nothing. And underneath there is a little box that says, I think it says suggestions. You click that box and the YouTube AI kicks in. And this is where the magic happens. This was so cool. It takes a few minutes. It starts generating 3 images for you. And it will tell you, like the AI can go back and look at all your videos in an instant. It can surmise your character, your personality, because it shocked me how well this AI knew me. And it gives you these 3 images, and then it'll say, I like this one because it says I like. It's a little weird, but because you're staring into the camera knowingly, or here you look shocked. And you don't have to just take those 3 options either. You can press suggestions again. And sometimes it freezes up, so I leave YouTube, sign back in, do it again. And I have started getting really cool thumbnails. Like I said, my son called me and said, I don't know what happened, but your thumbnails look amazing now. It does use some AI stuff. Like every once in a while, it was me, but something had been changed. I looked either younger or older, and I ain't trying to fool anybody. I'm a 62-year-old man. I've been around a long time. I'm not trying to pretend I'm 42. And some of the images were, you could tell it had done some kind of filter on my face. So I would push again. I have one that I'm actually using where I look kind of old and angry in it, but it fits the mood of the video. And it's such a cool feature. Now, there are 1,000 ways for you to go make thumbnails. You don't have to do it this way. But if you're new to YouTube and you're not really sure how to make a thumbnail, by the way, so say you like one of the, on the side there, you've got the 3 images. You like one of those, all you have to do is click the little arrow button, down arrow, download it to your phone or your laptop. I do all this on my laptop now. I used to do it all on my phone, much easier on my laptop. So I go to my laptop and I push the download arrow. Then you can go over to your current thumbnail. I know this is real simple stuff for those of you who know YouTube, but I know I was this person that didn't know any of this. I didn't know some of this stuff till yesterday. So you go over and on your thumbnail that it's already chosen for you, or you've chosen, you can click the 3 little buttons on the picture and it'll say change or upload new image. and you can literally just bring the first image from your downloads, just click on your downloads, double click it, and it puts that new thumbnail in. And it is a fantastic tool. It takes a little while because the AI is not instant, and sometimes I don't like the images it gives me. So but I was doing, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these an hour, and it just, you look at my page now, if you're familiar with my home page and you go look at it now, I haven't done all of them. I've got 300 videos on here. I've probably done 25 of them or so. I did my most popular ones. I did a couple of my very first ones, my very first video, I think my second video, and like my 4th video. And then I did a bunch of my most recent ones, and I'm gonna keep working on it, because you gotta remember, when somebody's finding you on YouTube, most of the time it's on their phone. So if they're scrolling and say they saw my picture with a title in tiny little letters on their thumbnail, they probably don't even know what it is they're gonna click on. They either look at me and think, oh, he looks like an interesting dude, or that guy looks like a jack, whatever, you know, I don't want to scroll past. Now, I have text on the thumbnail that's bold and bright and easy to read. So like, for instance, I just did a video about being drafted into the Norwegian Army when I was on my Norwegian mission, because I was a Norwegian citizen. And I think it says in the thumbnail now, I was drafted. And I've got a paper, an official looking paper, and it's just very, it gets your curiosity way more than just a picture of me. I mean, a picture of me, people are just gonna scroll past. It doesn't say anything, it doesn't tell you. And the title's so tiny, it's hard to read. So from somebody who's still learning this stuff, and I plan on keep learning, I wanna get better lighting. There's a ton of things I wanna do. But getting monetized, hey, I got it right that time, is not as difficult as you might think it is. Now, I can't tell you that you'll have a video that in a week and a half takes off and boom, you're monetized. But if you just plug away, if I'd have stuck with it 4 years ago, who knows where I'd be now. I've been doing it consistently for 4 months, and I've gained, I don't know, somewhere around 2,400 subscribers in that time, which I'm so grateful for. I think it's so freaking cool. Every person that clicks subscribe on my channel, I think that's freaking cool. This person is interested enough to find out what I'm saying that they're subscribing, and I'm so grateful. I think it's so freaking cool. So you know what, I might put a list together. So let's stick with the monetizing for a second. Just keep doing it. Keep making your videos. Whether you're a storyteller or a how-to, you know, one that I thought about doing and I decided I don't have enough interest in it, is teaching like Canva and designing t-shirts and setting up an Etsy shop. There's a demand for that out there if you're into that. It seemed a little drudgery to me because I was spending so much time on that anyway for my Etsy shop, which by the way is temporarily closed. I just got too much going on. I am gonna now start up my own Shopify store again, which I had before, and do all my own stuff, my own brand. You know, I have a personal brand that's called Viking Heart. And I will reopen my Etsy shop again. It's called Viking Heart Designs, probably in September, in time for the Christmas. We do pretty well at Christmas, but otherwise it's kind of a headache. So it's just consistency, guys. It's just putting the videos out there. Just do it. Whether it's once a week, once a day, once a month, be consistent. Because if you get a subscriber and they subscribe because they watch 3 or 4 videos in 3 or 4 days, and then all of a sudden you go 2 weeks, which is what I was doing before. And I guarantee some of those early subscribers that I have, even though they're technically still subscribed, I bet they don't see me ever because I let them down. So I try to do a video every day. I don't know if I can consistently do, in fact, I know I can. I do miss a day here and there, but I really try. And on the days that I miss from now on, I'm really gonna try to do a short. So at least I put some content out there. And it's just about being consistent. And trust me, if you got interesting content, you know how to tell a story, you know how to talk to people, or you know how to teach something, and you just do it. Just do it, do it, do it. You will get there. 4,000 hours sounds like a lot when you look at it that way. I mean, 10 work weeks is 400 hours. So that's almost 2 years of work weeks of watching. That's a lot of hours. And when I restarted, I thought, maybe I can do this by Christmas. And I think this was probably March that I restarted, February or March. And I thought, if I can get monetized by Christmas, I'll be happy. Well, it happened really fast. And like I said, it's not a lot of money. I'm not afraid to share with you what I'm making. And I might do that. Trust me, it's not a lot. But it is fun every once in a while seeing this deposit go into my PayPal account. And by the way, you have to get to $100 before they'll actually transfer money to you. So I've had that happen a few times, and it's very cool. It's really fun because it's just kind of this side fun thing that I'm doing. I'm not doing this thinking, this will let me quit the rat race. That's not what I'm doing. As it grows, it's fun. It's watching every once in a while a video take off. But if you just keep putting them out there, whatever your niche or no niche, I kind of have a niche, but I like to talk about a lot of stuff. And maybe it works for me, maybe it's hindering me. I don't know. I'll keep kind of watching and analyzing and trying to figure all that out. But anyway, that's a real basic wrap of getting monetized. Maybe quicker than you think you could. Give it a go. Just do it. Whatever you're talking about, whether it's crocheting. My wife is into, she always gets mad at me because I can never remember if it's knitting or crocheting. But she's really good at one of them. And I'm like, you should do a YouTube channel about that. I guarantee there are lots of people out there that enjoy that stuff. And so that's my 2 cents. The more I think about it, I think I'll put a list together of things I feel like I failed at miserably and things that I've done okay and things that I did really well, which is not a lot right now, but I'm getting better at this. If you look at my homepage, you can see the thumbnails are starting to sharpen up and get better, and you can actually read them when you come across them. You don't have to get your binoculars out to read the title. That's so important. That's so important. Thumbnails. I didn't think it was a big deal. I really didn't. I wonder now if my thumbnails were actually readable on a mobile device, maybe I would have got thousands of more people to click on it. Who knows? But I'm still having fun. I'm gonna keep smiling and just enjoying it and enjoy the ride, however long it lasts. So I look forward to your comments. If you have any questions, like I said, I am no expert, but if I can answer it, I will. And consistency. Just plug away, guys. Thank you so much. Takk for denne gang. Vi snakkes igjen snart. I really enjoy this. I am so humbled that somebody's watching this video. I appreciate it so much. Have a great night, everybody. Peace. Love.